We're back. We're back. It's Wednesday. Are you still with us? Are you still with us? 90-day game plan, week 4, baby. Week 4. Here we go. I hope y'all all have that book 10X. Dominate.
We're 10X and everything, guys. Okay.
Little J up in the house. Here we go.
Guys, there's some crazy things happening. Good things.
Crazy things. Yesterday was insane. Tuesday. Talk about Turn Up Tuesday. Our product page was nuts. I hope yours was too.
Oh, you did your homework too. Awesome. Awesome, awesome.
If y'all didn't do the homework, do it again today.
Yes.
Friend 30
Hello from
people.
Michigan. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Ontario in the house. Vancouver's in the house. Colorado.
God, look at the love. Awesome, guys. We're trying to hit 1 million hearts. Heart attack. Tap that screen. Australia.
Yes. Chicago, my old
Australia,
stomping
what are
grounds.
you doing up? Isn't it like 3 o'clock in the morning there?
I don't know.
First timer. Woo.
Yes. Guys, so if you're new, welcome, because this is episode 85.
Is it really?
Yeah, we've been hustling hard. We've been going consistently every single day for the last 85 some odd days. There was a few in between because we had some conventions and stuff. But the point is, consistency is key, guys. And we're pushing through onto these next, 5 more days left with you guys. And then we're grinding it out just the same. We're in the trenches with you.
Awesome,
So
awesome. Who's from Delaware? I lived in Delaware.
So
That's pretty cool. Awesome. Welcome, guys.
So
Oh, is that
awesome.
Lisa? Is she on? Oh, I think it's Ryan Bosman.
Oh, the shirt. Oh, my shirt. What's up? Punisher. All
right.
Yeah, so anyway.
All right, Jay-Z, we gotta turn you off.
Jay-Z, please quiet down. We'll catch up with you later.
Was it yesterday's episode amazing? What did we talk about? The rule of 5? The rule of the, the rule of the game, rule of 5.
Well, real quick before we jump into it, because I know you always love to jump into training.
That's you. That's you. You always jump in.
My name is Paul.
And my name's Lynette, and we've been doing 85 episodes of these Periscope broadcasts, and we promised you that we would be with you for 90 days. Why 90 days? Well, because we are in a 90-day game plan, and we knew that we were going to be going into a 90-day game plan back in June, and we wanted to show you that there is no secret to success. The only thing that is required, other than just having a servant's heart, is to be consistent. And we wanted to show you that we're in the trenches with you. We're doing this with you. We're doing the 2-week turnaround, the rule of 5. Today we're going to go over the Facebook algorithm because it's changed again, what that even means, what that entails, and how you can manipulate it in your favor so your business goes boom.
Kaboom skers.
Because we don't do old school stuff.
Guys,
Even though
it's it's just not our style. We had to figure out a way to make it work for us. And the good thing is there is another option out there, and we're just presenting it. Now, these are not things that we've created. These are not things we've made up. These are things that we've observed and learned from other leaders, including our most amazing business partner, friend, and Mama Bear, Jill. Because she has simply changed the game for not only us, but for everybody involved following the system. So, guys, it works. We've seen it over and over again. She's a 7-figure earner, and it just, everyone else is following along. So it's just a matter of time before the more consistent you are, the more effort you put in, the more you're going to see that show up for yourself. So
Jill Bowman is our 13-star platinum.
Yes.
So if you're brand new to Periscope, just wanted to do a couple reminders that it is a wonky platform, especially if you have Wi-Fi or, you're not in a great Wi-Fi area or you don't have good connection, then just simply watch the replay. You have only 24 hours to watch our replay, so watch it over on your computer. Just log on to Twitter, find Global Executives, just kind of scroll down and you'll see the Periscope link because Twitter owns Periscope, but it's much better and smoother over on the computer.
Guys, this is totally off topic, but kind of on topic because we're on Periscope. but I was watching a few things from the Periscope Summit that is happening yesterday and probably right now. I guess maybe it's in New York or something. But anyway, it just was a gathering of the top Periscopers or the scopers out there getting together, talking about the stats, talking about how this is changing the game with social media. But guys, this is a great way to connect. We use it as a training platform, and it's worked out well for us in that regard. But there's so many other ways to use it. Don't get caught up on it. Don't get distracted from it, because our virtual stores on Facebook, we do everything else on Facebook.
Yeah, some of you are hearing whistles all day long. Just be really aware of who you should be listening to on Periscope, because it can be very time consuming. But a great thing I want to add to what Paul is saying is that the great reason we love Periscope is not only because people learn differently. We believe that people learn auditory, visual, and kinesthetically. That's why we chose Periscope as this platform to train. But it's also about time compression, where many of you are doing old school stuff and you're doing weekly conference calls. Well, Paul and I decided to condense our training and do it every single day, so you get literally within 90 episodes, a year and a half.
Almost 2 years, guys.
Almost 2 years of training condensed in 90 days rather than spread out over 2 years. We want to build this business fast, and you can, because there's over 1 billion people on Facebook, and we want you to capture this. We want your business to go fast, because it's like pulling a Band-Aid off really slow.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
The coolest,
you don't have to do it that way.
The coolest stat that I heard them talking about with the Periscope Summit information is that for every 4 minutes that people are on the internet, 1 of those minutes are on a social media platform. And that's huge, guys. I mean, people, billions and billions and billions of hours are spent on the internet every day, and 1 out of every 4 minutes is on a social media platform. So we need to take advantage of that. This is 2.0, guys. This is what we're talking about, changing the idea of what network marketing is, changing the idea of how business is done when you literally come from no business background, you have no experience, you have no product line, you have no accounting background, you have no, you don't have to deal with any of that. All you have to do is figure out how to plug this part of it into the preset system that the company already gives you, and it's magic. I mean, it works perfect. We're still doing it. I mean, we're in the trenches with you. We do every day. We prospect, add people to the product page. Every day we follow up. Every day we're doing all those things that we tell you. So
didn't you mention that there was going to be another live platform? What is it called? It's from.
Oh yeah. No. That's a totally different thing. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is actually on. We'll talk about that another time. Yeah.
I want to know now.
Well,
don't you want to know now? Tell me now.
There's something. There's a virtual reality system that's coming out. I guess it's already out, but there's some new and improved things.
Okay.
And I guess Mark Zuckerberg is pushing it big time. So he says it's going to change the world. And, I probably am going to listen to somebody like him if he says that. So there's a lot of things. The point is, guys, we are on the cutting edge of changing the world, not only with what we do for a living, but in regards to connecting with people. It's becoming easier and easier and easier. So let's get out of our comfort zones. Let's start stepping up in our power and our leadership and really put this together, because, guys, we're going to be gone in 5 days off of Periscope. We might pop back in once in a while just to say hey and talk about things on our mind, but the reality is that after this, the 90-day game plan is going to continue on. But are you? If we're not in if we're not in your ear every day, if we're not on your screen every day, are you going to be reminding yourself to do the affirmations? Are you going to be reminding yourself to write the goals down? Are you going to be reminding yourself to brand yourselves consistently every day? Are you going to be focusing on adding value every single day and reading and developing yourself?
Yesterday, you really have to feel the rhythm of what's happening throughout the week. Sometimes there's days during the week that it's much slower. Yesterday, I took advantage of it. I was literally on my phone and on my computer and on Facebook working my business probably about 15 hours yesterday, and I'm not lying.
Maybe
I
longer.
spoke with Carly and a couple other people, and we were getting overwhelmed, and we had to breathe. I don't know if some of y'all felt that yesterday, but it was intense. But you have to take advantage of some of those days when you're just constantly grinding, and I'm like, you know what, baby? We're in a 90-day game plan. We're 10X and everything. I need to breathe just for a second, take a couple breaks, do what I need to do, and then come back on and get back to work again and start dominating the internet. Because, when we learn, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to. Maybe it's a little tough love. You'll like my tough love, right? Some of you really need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit more and really start branding yourself away from everybody else. Everybody is starting to look cookie cutter on Facebook, and I want to encourage you to really step out of your comfort zone, get your creative juices going, and do things that other associates aren't doing. It's cookie cutter, you know what I mean? It's the same before and after. It's the same words. You're stealing my stuff. You're stealing another leader's stuff. It looks the same. It looks the same. And every once in a while, you got to break that up, whether it's with a video or with something totally mind-blowing, like those dip theories, take people out and then bring them back up. You got to do something.
Call out posts.
Call out, you got to do something different, even within your own product page, if it's the same information over and over. Get in there and break it up a little bit. So don't look cookie cutter. I want you to dominate, but I want you to also, am I on the right track? I hope I'm making sense, because you know what I'm talking about. Some of you.
Guys, there's more to it than just we're talking about the 5 posts for a reason. Okay, we're giving you a guideline, a place to connect in, in a way to post. Right. So you have your 5 different topics that we talk about when it comes to branding. For those of you that have not heard it, I'm sure we'll go over it again. But if we're just doing the same thing as everyone else, then we have to be able to stand out. So. Well, adding your personality and adding your own authenticity to each of your posts is essential, because people will connect to you for that reason.
I want you guys, because you guys are in my family. We all bleed green, right? I have a special place for those that are in my company, but you need to set yourself apart from your competitors. Don't look the same on Facebook. They're posting the same before and after picture, but with just their company name, and then you look exactly like them, but I don't want you to do that. That's another reason why in my company we never say our company name. So if you're brand new to this company and you don't really know how to brand yourself on Facebook, it's really important that you don't use our company's name and blast that name, and that includes hashtag ISA something, or somebody did this. I posted something trying to create curiosity. I had my curiosity post, and then I had people in the comment section actually say the company's name in the comment section. Don't do that. Don't do that either.
Point,
so leaders, just be really aware. Watch your team, and if somebody is using the company's name or isn't branding themselves properly, just pull them aside and just ask if you can help guide them a little bit better.
Yep.
Okay.
But I know that a lot of people are having great success, and they're staying on track, they're staying on point, they're seeing their business move. And these are people that may have been in the business for a while and finally have applied certain techniques that we're talking about and seeing those results firsthand. Now, the only thing that we're trying to say is, now let's step it up. Let's see if we could do better, right? We always talk about the good, better, best. What we gave you is a good start, right? That's a good start. The health quote, the wealth quote, the transformation picture, the lifestyle post, and then the teach you about the products. That's a good start. But what can we do? And I don't know what you can do, but you start having to build on your creative juices, right? What can you do to make it better? And then continually have that mind frame, like good, better, best. What can I do to up myself from yesterday? What can I do to make it just a little bit better? And not every day is going to be like that, but at least if we have that mindset, we can try and give it our best, and something great might happen that day. So the only thing we can do is give our best today. So how can we do that better than yesterday?
And we're going to tell you how, because I need to go over what the Facebook algorithm is,
yes,
how it's changed, and what you can do to manipulate it to your favor. Because some of you are posting and you're not getting any feedback, you're not getting any likes, you're not getting any comments, and then you're wondering, does anybody even like me? I'm hearing crickets.
This is why I named the episode "Manipulate and Conquer." Because a lot of people have a negative connotation attached to that word manipulate. But this is simply a way to think about how can you control your Facebook interactions with yourself versus in relation to your audience, which are your Facebook friends. How can you control that on purpose? How can you control that with the intent of, I want people to see my stuff more often?
And what does that mean? I want people to see my stuff more often. Well, it really means exposure. You want more people to see your stuff.
We're talking about branding.
And this is the interesting thing. Let me tell you what happened to me. I did a video, I think last week, regarding a cleanse. It was very generic. I turned the labels around so you couldn't see my company's name on the product bottle.
Awesome video.
Okay? It was about 3-4 minutes long. Did you know that I had 8,000 views on that video? And I had people blow up my back message. So I've got you guys messaging me on Periscope, and then I had other people messaging me, so I had to go through all of these crazy, crazy messages. But it was so amazing. And the great thing about it was that one of the people, actually several of them who were messaging me, wasn't even friends with me. They were friends of another friend of another friend. That video had so much exposure because of the new Facebook algorithm. That's why I had 8,000 views on it. It was circulating, and I don't even know how it works now. I mean, it gets...
We're trying to figure it out.
We're trying to figure that part out. But when I say you want to dominate this market, do a video. Please get out of your comfort zone now. Seriously, get out of your comfort zone. You can't just keep posting two-dimensional stuff on Facebook. It's just so saturated with two-dimensional content. It gets boring and people will just scroll through it. But if you have a video, a real quick video, and you upload that straight to Facebook, it does something. And I swear you will have thousands of people watching you.
Great,
so that is why I'm telling you to keep adding 30 friends every single day. And if you don't know how to do that, you got to get creative and figure out how to find more friends on Facebook, because then when you do the dip theory or when you do something like a video, boom, it gets and reaches everybody.
Yeah, let me clarify real quick, guys. Somebody just said, is it okay to share your video or make my own? Guys, you got to make your own. Because they don't want to see Lynette in your newsfeed. What they want to see is your face on video doing your thing.
I'm dominating. If you share my video and somebody from one of your friends contacts me, guess who I'm enrolling? So please don't share other people's stuff. Don't do it. That's why we always tell you from the very beginning, leaders don't share. Don't share information. I'm trying to empower you so you can step up in your leadership. So post more and make your own videos. Don't share other people's stuff.
It's
I don't
so
like
much
doing
more
that.
effective, guys.
I don't like doing that.
And
I don't like tagging people either. I don't like tagging people because if I tag somebody, unless that person's on my team, that's different. But I don't tag other people. If I do a before and after picture, some people may disagree with me, and that's okay. That's fine. But if I post a before and after picture and I tag a cross-line person in my post, if somebody's needing to lose weight, they're not going to contact me. They're going to contact that person. Right? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Exactly. The whole point is to use the tools and the posting and the branding to your advantage. Guys, if you're just sharing other people's... I think the audience we have here with Periscope, you guys are pretty good at understanding that original content is king. Original content is king, okay? Now, when I say original, obviously, we're not doing transformation pictures of ourselves every single day. We're using other people's transformation pictures, but we are putting our own verbiage on there, our own hashtags, our own spin on this particular picture, and we're not tagging other people in. We're not doing that kind of thing because we're creating a brand for ourselves. We want people to understand that they come to us to find out how this person in the picture did this. So it's a very simple concept. Most people are understanding this 100%, but especially with videos, don't share the videos. You're just wasting your time. That's the whole reason. Not because it's not cool to share Lynette's videos, because her videos are awesome. The point is, we want you guys to have more of an effect on your own impact when you're putting stuff out there. So if you're sharing her video, you're only shooting yourself in the foot.
It doesn't change the Facebook algorithm if you share my stuff.
Exactly. Put your own video out there, and people are gonna watch it because they haven't seen you put out a video.
Well, hold on. So I need to get my nerve up to do a video. You need to really break through that today.
Yes.
Because we have thousands of people that are going to dominate you. I don't mean to give you tough love, but I'm serious. If you guys are sitting back there going, I'm scared to do a video, people are going to dominate over you. This is what this is about. We need to dominate the market. So get out of your comfort zone, and if it's just a 30-second video, that's okay. I promise, no one is judging you. That is all up in here. That's your own crazy train.
This is stuff we make up all day.
That's your own crazy train, okay? So,
guys,
you can do this. It's so easy.
You got this. Yeah, I mean, this is, once you do it once, once you do it once, you'll find out that, wow, these fears were unjustified. They were all made up in my head. They came out of nowhere.
And remember, when you do your video, you don't even have to show your face. When I did my cleansing video, you can see my counter.
She's got the hands
you
like
can see
this.
My hands.
She's just moving stuff around.
I think you can see me take a sip.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But make sure, well, here's a little tip. Make sure that when you do these videos, you engage the senses. That's why I did extra stirring with the ice. And then when I took a sip, you can hear it. So you want to involve all the senses.
She did that on purpose. She was doing that on purpose so that people can start associating these kind of things with the video, right?
Or if you want to do a bar, you involve the senses. I swear it works. It works, guys.
Yep. But
so let's talk about really quickly how you can manipulate the face. Oh, I'm laughing at myself. The goofy things I do.
So she was making the video, and I had stepped out, and when I came home, she's like, "Oh, did you see my video?" And so I watched it. First thing I said was like, "Oh, great job stirring all the ice."
I want everybody to make sure that thing was cold. Oh my God. Okay. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, because some of you have not heard about the Facebook algorithm, and I need to make sure that you are hitting these high points, because we're not getting on Facebook anymore, throwing mud up against the wall, trying to see if things work. You can actually strategically manipulate Facebook in your favor. So, y'all are gonna laugh at yourself when you do your own video too. Watch.
How much stirring is going to be happening today?
How much product are you going to waste because you're going, crap, I got to redo this video again. That's the third time I'm wasting Ionic Supreme.
We're going to throw a whole bottle of Cleanse for Life for one video.
Whatever. For 8,000 views, I think it was worth it. It was worth it. So, back to Facebook algorithm.
Okay, guys, there's a lot of dynamics in regards to the Facebook algorithm, but basically what it is it's how the news feed shows up in not only on your news feed, but also your friend's news feed. And whether or not you're in it, it depends on a lot of things. And she's going to go over a really good amount of tips and ideas that really do work. You'll see them work firsthand.
You're going to think some of these tips are cheesy. Get over it.
But it has to do with your posts being exposed to enough people to get the reaction that you want. Now, first things first. And there's no hard stats on this because I haven't looked them up. Maybe they are out there. I've looked around. I just can't find them. Probably 90% of your stuff most people don't see. 90% of the stuff that you post most people don't see ever. And that could sound like a negative, and it's definitely not a positive. But what it really is it just is what it is. So if we're asking you to post 5 times a day, and then you do your regular Facebook posts of your kids and your family, and then the trips you're taking, stuff like that, not really a lot of those will be seen by your audience, your Facebook friends. A lot of people think, oh, we're telling you to 10x your posting, and well, I don't want to annoy my friends. I don't want to bombard their news feed with my stuff. Guess what? They don't even see any of it anyway.
And who cares?
Nobody
cares.
The point is, what we're trying to do is, in a normal scenario, most people are not seeing your stuff. But if you manipulate the Facebook algorithm, then you can do the same amount of work but get much more exposure.
Somebody says, annoy them. Yeah.
Exactly. Annoy them. Essentially you want to post like you're going to annoy people, because that'll be when it's actually probably enough, whereas you'll start being seen. And
I'm going to relate to hopefully some of you can relate to this, because in the beginning it really made me nervous, and each time that I posted, I can't tell you how many times I deleted that post. I would post something and go, oh, I'm going to offend somebody, and then I would delete it. Mm-hmm. So don't do that. If you'll just trust the process and trust us and go, you know what, I'm going to trust Lynette and Paul. What they're saying works so far. I'm going to kick it up a notch, and I'm going to try to see if I can manipulate this Facebook algorithm. Mm-hmm. And a couple of these things that I'm going to be telling you, it's going to seem cheesy. That's okay. Do them anyway, because it just works. So we want to do things that work, and we want to do things that are duplicatable. And one of the things that you can do to manipulate the Facebook algorithm is dialogue. It's really important, especially if you're only getting 3 likes or 1 comment. I really need you to go, okay, I'm doing a self-assessment check. Something is not working. I'm not marketing myself correctly. This is truly, we are in business for ourselves. It is about marketing, and there is a wrong and right way to market yourself on Facebook. So just do a quick self-assessment check on your own personal profile. If you're only getting 3 likes and 1 comment, it's not working. We need to bump this up. And the way that you can do that is dialogue. So you need to get a couple team members, and I don't care if they're cross-line or in your success line or some leaders, it makes no difference. Make an announcement in your business page, it makes no difference. But you need dialogue in the comment section. So one of the great things that you can do is ask a question on Facebook. Like for instance, I asked a question, I think I had a picture of a white heart, a yellow heart, a blue heart, and a red heart. And I just asked my audience, what color are you? Colorcode.com. And I had probably 40 people. I'm a red, I'm a blue, I'm a yellow, I'm a white. It makes no difference. I think it really related to business in general. It makes no difference. But at least I know that my audience, my non-business audience, saw that. I promise you they did. Other things that you can do is to make sure that if you want to post, for instance, like a before and after transformation, just make sure you have a couple team members dialogue in there with you. Oh, that's a great transformation. Oh, I love your program. Oh my gosh, what is that? Just have them dialogue and have,
goes back to the top of the feed.
And then I need you also to dialogue with them. Okay? My husband doesn't see me posting family pics because he thinks I forgot. I didn't see that.
Because he thinks that it puts the kids at risk. Well, there's a couple things about that. You know, some people have no issue with posting their family and they get no negative response, and then there's some people that do. I don't know why. There's ways to post stuff that are specific to certain audiences.
Okay. You can manipulate this. If it's regarding business or your lifestyle, then blast that out. But there is a way that if you want to protect your children and protect your family, then you can only share it with just friends or just yourself.
It's a settings issue.
Or, guys, we're building a business. If you want to protect your kids, then keep your kids off of your Facebook or open up a separate Facebook page. Okay, don't do all that. Don't get on this crazy train, because you can't dominate and win in this business if you got blocks and things holding you back. So move the children off, or have a separate family Facebook page that's just for family only.
Well, I have to disagree just slightly with this particular issue. Guys, you want to include your family in your personal page, because that is your life, and guess who you're trying to attract? Other families.
I agree with that too.
Guys, if you don't have that I don't know who said that, but your husband might want to think about why you're doing this business in the first place, because it's for your family. You want to attract other families, and you need that connection. Like if I try to show my little doggy and cat whenever I can, so that people know that we're normal people. We're not just machines on Periscope and posting, quotes all day.
Gotta agree with that.
So keep that in mind, but use your just follow your heart on these particular posts, and you can manipulate the settings too. You just try to play with it a little bit. I mean, I get what you're saying. Some people have that concern.
There's a beautiful niche with mommies, especially fit moms on a mission. Mommies want to be their healthiest. Dads want to be their healthiest. I think that's absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You want to find your niche. If it's mommies or families, or if you're pregnant right now, you want to find that niche with pregnant and nursing mommies. Whatever your niche is, I think that is also a beautiful way to start branding yourself, is through niches. What niche are you?
And of course, I'm sure your husband only has the most, he's trying to protect the family, obviously. That I get it. I totally get it. But there's a certain dynamic that happens on Facebook that needs to be controlled, and then there's part of it where we need to maximize on that. So a lot of people love seeing the kid post, because they can relate to it, because they have a family with kids. So
okay, so another way that you can manipulate the Facebook algorithm, the first one is to engage in dialogue. That's the only way that you're going to allow this to stay in the news feed for a little bit longer, maybe like an hour and a half, I believe is what I'm trying to catch, and then it just kind of fades away unless somebody brings it back up. But the best way to do it, and you can do these kinds of things throughout the day, okay? Throughout the day. You don't want to just have your morning niche. You don't want to just have your evening niche. You want to make sure that you're capturing every audience throughout the entire day.
Guys, real quick, I just want to go over this. Somebody had mentioned when has manipulation ever been a good thing? If you look at the definition of manipulation, and I'm looking at it right now, it simply means to handle or control, typically in a skillful manner. What we're trying to tell you is to handle or control your branding in a skillful manner that will impact you and your family in a positive way to contribute positive success in your business. So we'll go ahead and leave that alone. If you guys have a problem with the word, then I don't know.
Well, then you've been socially conditioned to think that it's a negative word.
Yeah,
That's
so
all.
just go look it up and change your definition of what that really means.
So again, another way to manipulate the Facebook algorithm is to use automated apps such as Hootsuite or Buffer. Please be real careful when you're using Hootsuite or Buffer, because you don't want to use that as in place of your own leadership, because Paul and I always teach you guys to not be lazy in your leadership. Buffer and Hootsuite is just one way to kind of like give you a breathing space so you can start focusing more on your business in your product page, and use Buffer and Hootsuite over there on your personal page. And you can easily schedule those throughout the day. Just go to buffer.com or hootsuite.com. I have Buffer app on my phone. It's so super simple that I can just put a simple quote or a picture and then schedule it for 2 p.m. So at 2 p.m., I don't have to be on my personal page posting something. I can be over in my product page welcoming someone in, or I can post something in my product page, or I can enroll whatever, right?
Now, post planner, is that another one?
Yes, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
yes,
I think that's the same as the rest of them.
I've just noticed on the Facebook algorithm that I see Hootsuite and I see Buffer in my news feed.
Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about it in terms of freeing up your time. This episode is about manipulating the Facebook algorithm, and Buffer and Hootsuite are the best at manipulating the Facebook algorithm so that your post stays in the news feed just a little bit longer so you get more exposure. Okay? Don't get Buffer happy, and please don't get Hootsuite happy, because people know what that is and they do know that it's automated, right? Especially if they're catching on that I see that they keep seeing Buffer, Buffer, Buffer on your, well, then you're not present. They need to know that you're present.
So real quick, guys, I saw someone, they had jumped on with us and they're new to Periscope. Guys, if you don't know who we are or how to what we're doing here, go ahead and connect with us outside of Periscope on our Facebook page. We'll be more than happy to get into the details. But this is typically business training for people that are in mostly the network marketing industry, as well as other business models as well. But that's kind of what that's about. So if you want to connect with us outside of here, feel free. We're always open to dialoguing.
So somebody had asked a question. Don't remember. Did you see what the question was?
I did not.
Sorry, guys, forgot your question. So the first one, again, with manipulating the Facebook algorithm, is to make sure that you engage in dialogue. Pick 5 teammates and just make sure that everybody is dialoguing. And we do that all the time. I'll call up Farrah and say, Farrah, hey, can you comment on my post? Or she'll go, hey, can you comment on my post? And it brings it back up to the news feed. The second one is using automated
posters.
Yeah, automated posters, I guess. So we use a Buffer and Hootsuite. A third way is to make your own quotes. Make your own quotes. Usually a lot of people will take a screenshot of somebody else's post, but you can actually download some amazing apps. I use something called Over app. I use Over app. It's a black and yellow app, and there's so many other amazing apps. I think the one's called Word Swag is another one. But you want to make your own quote. So take a pretty picture. I find amazing pictures on Pinterest, and then I'll put a quote inside there with my name. And then I'll post that on my Facebook profile page, and it not only brands me as an inspirational leader regarding health or wealth, but it stays in the news feed just a little bit longer. So you can make your own quote.
It's interesting, yeah. If you just add your own hashtag to the quote, or your own, or you have your own original quote and you add it to a picture, it does tend to stay in the newsfeed much longer than if you just copied and pasted off of a Google search. So it's very interesting. Now there's some questions about compliance on your posting. Guys, compliance is all a responsibility for ourselves individually. So make sure that what you post is compliant. And then just follow the rules. There's no issue here with that. And I know people are watching all the time. We should expect that. So we want to make sure that we are on the up and up in that regard.
I just prefer not to use Buffer or Hootsuite in my business page or my product page. That's just me. I like to be present in my business page, and I like to be present in my product page. If you work a night shift, like you work the graveyard shift, you may have to do that, but work it and make it work for you. Another way that I want to emphasize is the color pink.
Guys, this is a kind of a weird one, but it works. It works really well.
The color hot pink is such a magnet to women. And I know some of you, especially reds, are going, this is so cheesy. Just trust me. I'm a red. I get it.
It works.
Hot pink. So when you are making your own post, find a couple. Now, don't blast hot pink every single day, but every once in a while, throw in a hot pink. I mean, talking about massive hot pink, and then put a quote with it or whatever. But the hot pink attracts women, and because 85% of our business is dominated by women, it's just an attractor factor. It's eye appealing, especially if you go into a bookstore like Barnes & Noble. If you literally walk into the health section of Barnes & Noble, you will see many books with hot pink. It's just a marketing strategy that is appealing to the eye and the senses. So
now, guys, I'm trying to figure out how to use hot pink on my page because it's not always the easiest thing for guys to do, but it's still possible, and it depends on the message that you're putting out there. So,
well, if you were a man, then what I would do is tag your wife or tag your girlfriend or tag a strong, prominent female that's maybe in your business.
Yes.
But I'm really talking to women here because this is what happens. When you post a hot pink, I mean hot picture with a great quote, and maybe you tag even 2 or 3 women, business women, along with that quote, something happens because now your non-business friends go, where are these girls going? What are they doing? They're having fun. They're going shopping. They're going on trips. Oh my God, they're talking about wealth, or they're talking about their family. I want that. So it's kind of like the fear of missing out, FOMO. When you do things like that, women, I promise, women go, I want to go where they're going. So, for instance, I would, have a hot pink post, have a cool, catchy phrase on there. Some of y'all know Boss Babe. Sometimes I steal some of her Boss Babe quotes because they're so fantastic. And I'll make it my own, and then I'll tag a couple of girlfriends, and then bam, I post it. It's just something very eye-appealing. And so when somebody is scrolling in their news feed, they'll go, oh, what is that? Hot pink. It just works. It's a marketing strategy. Hot pink. FOMO.
yes, guys in pink boxers, I guess that would work out.
Whatever. It worked.
But you know what's funny is that these kind of posts with the hot pink, she's talking about tagging her girlfriends in there. Whether people react to that particular post or not, you know that the seed has been planted.
Yep.
definitely comment, but you like it, but you have to comment, because comments are what keeps the post in the newsfeed. Comments are what keeps things going back to the top. Likes, Facebook doesn't put any weight on likes anymore. Actually, you can like a post 1,000 times, but if another post has 15 comments, that one will get pushed to the top.
I love that, Gloria. Like equal lazy.
Yeah.
True, I agree.
And that's true. But
because it's just as quick to put to hit the like button than it is. You can just even do an emoji, just a heart, but put something in the comment section. Put something in the comments.
It's essential that you do that, and that's and that goes along with your own personal post. When somebody comments, don't just like their comment, comment back so that it goes back into the feed. Help yourself do that. Help yourself get it back into the feed. But also other things that work for the Facebook algorithm. Sending private messages via the Facebook Messenger to a particular friend in your friends list will start to bring their stuff in your newsfeed and your stuff in their newsfeed. And it works every time, and it just depends on how often you interact with this particular person.
Hold on. Off topic, but do you put your website on business cards? First off, we don't have a website, and second off, I don't have business cards. That is old school stuff. Old school stuff. We don't do that. We don't do that. So another way to manipulate the Facebook algorithm is private messages or messenger chats, however you want to word it. There's so many different ways that you can word it, but it's literally a private or back message on Facebook. When you begin dialoguing with non-business friends, it changes the Facebook algorithm, and then they can see your post in their newsfeed and vice versa. So that's why yesterday when I said when you begin to send friend requests, 30 friend requests, maybe half of them will send or will accept your friendship back. So go ahead and send them a private chat and just say thank you for the new friendship, because that opens up a dialogue with them. Maybe they'll dialogue back. I don't know if they will or not. Sometimes they usually do. But that changes the Facebook algorithm, and they can begin seeing your stuff in the newsfeed, because you can't just friend. If you just friend somebody and they accept it, it doesn't change the Facebook algorithm. They don't automatically see your stuff in the newsfeed. So make sure that you send them a private message, or at the very least, go onto their page and like a few things and comment on a few things. That will change it also.
A couple things. I think Gloria said that the best way to have that person's stuff start showing up and the interaction continuing is to not only send that a message, but ask a question when you do it. Hey, thanks for the friend ad. How long have you been a personal trainer, or whatever? It could be anything. It looks like you like horses. How long have you been riding? Something like that. Get a little bit personal with them so that they know that you noticed them, and what their interests. But that'll get a dialogue going, and you don't know where that's going to go. That could.
Don't get. Oh, somebody mentioned Facebook Jill. I'm not sure how many friend requests that you can send out. That's why I just did 30, and I'm okay with that. I haven't tried, nor am I going to try to do 50. So you might want to Google that and let me know. GTS. Let me know how many, because I don't want to go to Facebook.
And a little clarification on the website comments. I saw there was some discussion in the comments, but okay, yes, we get a website the moment we jump on board with our company, but that website is not used for anything ever until they're ready to enroll.
That website, sorry. Okay.
Until they're ready to enroll. So that is the only website we're talking about. If somebody's asking us, hey, do you guys have a website? The way they're asking what they're asking for, no, we don't have one. Because we don't have one that they can go to and just look around, see who we are, what we have, and
they
what we do.
They want to go shopping. That's not what
what we do. That's not how our website is used. So we are letting them know what you're asking us, we do not have. But when they're ready to go, we'll tell, and we'll go over this one more time before we end.
I don't understand how you have learned how Facebook works. It's just something that I learned and studied. I've been on Facebook.
Patterns.
It's just patterns. I study patterns. I study what people are doing and how it works. Because if I'm posting something exactly the same way as somebody else, why is that one working and not mine? So I study the patterns, and I figured it out. So.
The comments are flooding in, guys. Trying to catch them here, so bear with me. I can't.
Oh my, there's so many comments. So
we appreciate it, guys.
Between commenting and replying, it's the same thing. Commenting and replying is the same thing.
So replying is actually commenting to a specific comment, whereas
it makes no difference. It's one and the same in terms of changing the Facebook algorithm. I just want you to get into the habit of not clicking like. That does not change the Facebook algorithm. Okay, you have to comment or reply something down here in the bottom in order for a post to go back to its news feed, and you can actually help your team. You as a leader can help your team by picking 10 people each day that's on your team and going to their personal page and comment and like if you want, and help that move back to their news in the news feed.
So replying is good for the Facebook algorithm because the specific person you're replying to, it will create a new algorithm between the two of you. So that's why that works. Let's see, there was another question I wanted to address.
Can't remember?
No, I cannot remember.
Okay. So I think that's about it. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Gloria, can you remember anything else that changes the Facebook algorithm? Those are just the top ones, the most important. YouTube, let's see, for sharing videos, keeps them in the product. Yes, I do not, somebody's asking in regards to using isamovie.com versus Isagenix's YouTube videos.
Oh, that's what it was.
Okay, if I'm in my product page and I welcome someone in and I want to add a tool, I want to add a video in the comments section or whatever company you represent, I prefer to use YouTube videos because I need to keep my prospect inside my page. If you type out isamovie.com, it takes them out of my product page. It takes them out of my virtual store, and they will get overwhelmed with so many videos over there. I don't want them getting overwhelmed with so many videos over there because I promise they'll start clicking and looking, or maybe they won't even click over there. I don't know. I just need them to stay in my product page. That's just what I do. You can try isamovie.com if you'd like, but I don't. I prefer using Isagenix's YouTube videos or the Just Cleanse video by Mary Evans.
So real quick,
with Mary Evans.
Real quick to address the question, somebody said, what do you do when somebody asks you for more? So can you send me some information? Guys, I'm assuming you're probably a little bit new to our Periscope. We don't send them any information. We plug them into our product support page. That's where they get all our information. But if you don't understand what that means, that's okay. We'll go over it this week. Just stay plugged in. We're doing things a little differently. We're using the tools, but in a different way. And it's much easier the way that we do it because it's very duplicatable and nobody has to stress about what should I send them, when should I send it, when should I follow up. It's all done in the product page and we move on from there. So that's just one thing that I saw.
Oh, I think that was Gloria that said that this is good. So sometimes when you, especially when you do that hot pink post and it's a really cool post, or maybe it's just a cool quote that you have or whatever it is, when you have other people sharing your information, that's just more exposure for you. It's really a cool thing. So although we leaders, us in Periscope, we're not going to do the sharing, let other people share for you. That's more exposure for you.
Yeah, if you can get some of your non-business friends to share your stuff, that's good.
That's awesome.
Because all of their friends are seeing it now. So that's a great point. But I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. We try to keep things in 50-minute blocks because it's how we work. But if you guys have any, when you have somebody, you're welcome to add this link to the comments.
Good. Somebody shared somebody's quote yesterday. Awesome. Briefly, what vids are your favorite for first exposure? We welcome someone in, so we have a welcome post that's in the product page, and I'm using 3 specific videos. It's the ones that Paul and I prefer. And it's really important, I really hope that you're listening to this part, it's really important that your team only adds the videos. Because what happens is, for instance, if I'm adding an athlete into my product page, I'm doing an awesome welcome post, I need Paul to step in and add in Team Isagenix or something business related. Some people will, from another team or cross-line, will put in another video that has nothing to do or related to that athlete. So that's just something that I prefer. Sometimes it doesn't always happen that way. That's okay. So what happens is I welcome my prospect in, and the 3 top videos that I prefer using because I think they're amazing and they're condensed and they're not long. I use Isagenix Difference. I use Start Your Life. It has Like a Boss hat on it, and Just Cleanse with Mary Evans. Those are my top 3. I prefer not using my Isagenix just because it's about 12 minutes long. If they had a shorter condensed one, I'm not sure if they have a promo one yet. That's just the top 3 ones that I use. You can follow up with the why isogenics maybe later on, that's fine. That's to start off with, because trust me, when they get into that product page, they're already overwhelmed as it is. I just need that video just to be kind of clear, concise, and quick. Evoke some emotion, because now you're starting to hear a little bit of music and you hear people. These are real life associates that are in the video. Use the tools. They're amazing.
So absolutely, that's another point Gloria's making. If they're sharing your stuff on their page, they probably think a lot like you, so you might want to connect with them further in that way. So that's a great point.
And then 12 to 24 hours later, then I will add a second video to follow up with them, and that one's the Getting Started with Eric Cooper.
So real quick, we welcome into the product page. We add a video. One of the teammates adds a video, either Isogenics Difference, Start Your Life, or just Cleanse. And then 12 to 24 hours later, we'll add another video saying...
That's just what we use. There's so many amazing videos back there. Just use one that really resonates with you. If it resonates with you, that's the most important thing. If you like the Y Isogenics, or if you like maybe one of the did you know Isabody has 3 new videos? Isabody Challenge has 3 new videos. I don't even know if y'all knew that. So go over there on YouTube and find those 3 new Isabody Challenge videos. Those are great videos. There's other videos that you could use. So just use one that really resonates with you, because that's what's most important, because your energy goes into that post, and I promise your prospect can feel the love. So that's really what this is about. It makes no difference what video you use. It doesn't. That's just what we prefer.
Yeah, that's all.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up. It is a beautiful Wednesday. Wednesdays are a little bit slower than other days. That's okay, but just keep the momentum going. Stay plugged into your product page. Stay plugged in with your team. Don't forget to reach down and help your team. For today's homework, go ahead and pick 10 team members. It makes no difference if they're in your success line or cross line. Help team members out. We are one team. And see if anybody needs help by commenting and dialoguing with them.
Guys, remember week four, the main message of week 4 of the 90-day game plan, lend a hand to somebody who needs support this week.
Oh, perfect.
Right, this is you can count on me week, basically. So this is all about what she's saying. Reach down, build up your team. The more you build them, the more you build yourself. So guys, focus on what you can do today, because today is all we've got. And make sure that you give your best. Keep pushing, keep 10xing, and ask yourself today, how can you do better today than what you did yesterday? You know, let's push to the next limit. How can we post better? How can we connect better? How can we add value better? And we'll move on from there. But we'll be back for sure tomorrow, and we're going to wrap up this week pretty big, so we're going to give you a lot more information here. Okay?
Perfect.
This was an important part of the puzzle, going from A to Z, getting from a prospect to an enrollment. The Facebook algorithm has to be there, guys. Manipulate it and conquer
it. And it really does. Leaders, I need you to really manipulate this for your team. Reach down and help your team. I need your organization to grow. And if they're not getting exposure, if they're not getting any feedback from their non-business friends, I need you to step up, reach down, and start commenting and liking, and help them.
We can help
them get the exposure that they need. Okay.
So this is why manipulation has become a good thing.
I don't know how many hearts, because we have to log off. I have to log off.
You guys are awesome. So. Yeah, thank you for the hearts. We're on our 1 million heart mission up until we end on the 90th.
5 more episodes. Yeah. Get your team on these calls so we can.
So guys, we're gonna make sure that you guys have all the information that you need. We'll be back tomorrow talking about more good stuff and layering on top of that as well.
All right. So we're going to headquarters and picking up some groceries. So we'll see you on the flip side. We love you as always. We want nothing more than for you to live the most extraordinary life. Come join us. It's so much more fun on this side.
Yes, because this is stone cold fact.
We do. We've got a better way.
Now
let's go tell the world. We love you guys so much. See you tomorrow.
Later.